Hello everybody, welcome to Empower Journal, a space to create the life you want to live. I'm your host Dev, and today we're gonna talk about navigating the guilt. Wondering what it is? We're gonna dive into a topic that resonates with so many of us, the guilt of working mom. Join me on today's show, Juggling Joy, Work-Life Balance for Moms, on how to balance both our professional and personal lives. Today's question is from Aarti, who is a working mom herself. Hey Dev, hope you're doing good. My question to you is, as a working mother, I often find myself feeling torn between my personal and my work. When I'm at work, I worry that I'm not spending enough time with my kids. And when I'm with my kids, I worry that I'm not dedicating enough time to work. It feels like I'm never doing enough. How can I balance these concerns and ensure I'm raising a healthy and happy child while also excelling in my career? Hey Aarti, thank you. Thank you so much for this question. This question, like I said, almost resonates deeply with so many of us. Finding a balance between work and family life. As a working mother myself, I know how difficult it is to juggle between the personal space and the professional space. So guys, welcoming you all to Juggling Joy, Work-Life Balance for Moms, the episode 25, where we explore the challenges and triumphs of balancing a career and motherhood. I'm your host Dev, and today we'll be diving into some practical advices on how to navigate this. So to begin with, let me share a bit of my story. When I became a mother, I lost myself in so many ways. I'm fortunate to live in a country with paid maternity leave, and I'm also grateful about that I got to stay home during the postpartum period for more than 6 months. But I found myself struggling. Each day I watch my husband get dressed in his real clothes and head out to pursue his career, eat lunch with his colleagues, and challenge himself. I looked at myself covered in spit up, surrounded by swings and diapers, microwaving my food always, drinking cold coffee every time on the fly as I tried to take care of my baby. I actually found myself mourning the loss of the life I once had. My identity had changed overnight. Everything that I had once been important to me now had to be on the back burner. In fact, I was jealous of my husband's freedom for a very long time, and I was ready to go back to work. Of course, I value care, work, and respect moms who stay at home to raise their kids. But I just know that I wanted something different. I wanted something outside of motherhood also, and challenge myself. And yet, a little voice inside my head keep telling me that I shouldn't be wanting that I should be fulfilled by being at home with my kid. Let me tell you guys, let's start with the basics. You are never selfish for wanting both, to balance work and family. Being a mom is a full-time job in itself, and adding a career into a mix can sometimes feel too much. In fact, many of us struggle with the feeling of guilt and wonder if we are giving enough to our kids and to our work. So let me tell you, Aarti, you're not alone in this, and it's okay to seek balance. But the thing is, the trouble with a balancing act is that you always feel like you're behind. There is always a school bus to catch, a diaper to change, or an important work meeting to attend, and this leads to self-blame. It is too easy to feel like a bad employee for having to leave the office early, or like a bad mom for being late picking up your kid from the school. If you find the perfect time and energy, you might think that everything will get done easily on time. But that's not how the world works, sadly, because life isn't a math problem, and a good work-life balance is not as simple as devoting X number of hours to this and X number of hours to family. So really, balance is about being where you are needed when it matters most. And this changes quickly and very frequently, depending on what's happening in your life or at your work. For example, if it's your child's first year in school, you might need to be home more often. But when your child becomes more independent, you can spend more time at your office. So paying attention to these life phases can actually help you feel more confident about your choices. It's okay, you might not get to everything, but you can find peace knowing you're prioritizing what's more important right now. As you deal with the ups and downs of parental life, here are some tips to get you through. Quality over quantity. One of the first lessons I learned on this journey is the importance of quality over quantity when it comes to spending time with our kids. It's not about how much time we spend with them. For instance, I make it a point to have a dedicated playtime with my kid, free from all the distractions. Whether it's playing with the blocks, reading stories, or cooking together, whatsoever. These moments are meaningful and help me build a strong bond. Even short, focused interactions or conversations can be incredibly impactful. And most importantly, setting clear boundaries is very crucial. Because when I'm at work, I focus on my task. When I'm with my kids, I put work aside and give them my full attention. This separation actually helps me feel more accomplished and less guilty in both the areas. And the next thing, delegating and seeking support. Guys, don't be afraid to ask for help. You need to start delegating the task. Delegating tasks at work and at home can relieve so much of pressure. For example, me and my husband divide the childcare responsibilities equally. And once you start seeking support, start practicing self-care because it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Taking time for yourself can recharge your batteries and make you a better parent and a better professional. Whether it's exercise, hobbies, or simply relaxing, find activities that help you unwind and rejuvenate. And the next thing, the pressure of perfectionism. My dear moms, start embracing imperfection. As working mothers, we often hold ourselves to incredibly high standards. We want to excel at work, be the perfect parent, maintain a tidy home, and still find time for self-care. Guys, it's not happening. This desire for perfection can be ultimately counterproductive. Perfectionism can lead to burnout and anxiety, and it always puts you in the feeling of inadequate because we are trying to meet unrealistic expectations here. It's very important to recognize how perfectionism affects us and our families. So we need to create a more relaxed and positive environment for our families. And the last thing, start by setting achievable goals for yourself. Instead of focusing on what you have not accomplished, take time to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small it is. When you make a mistake or things don't go as planned, remind yourself that it's absolutely okay because we're all human and it's normal to have off days. So treat yourself kindly. For example, let's say you had a long day at work and planned to cook a healthy homemade dinner for your family, but you end up ordering takeout instead. Rather than feeling guilty, you acknowledge that you made a choice that allowed you to spend more time with your family and reduce stress. Use that extra time to connect with your kids, share stories about your day, and enjoy the meal together. The important thing is the connection and the quality time you spend together, not the perfection of the dinner, right? So balancing work and motherhood is very challenging. But by focusing on quality time, setting boundaries, seeking support, and most importantly, letting go of perfectionism, we can navigate this journey more effectively and happily. Remember, it's about progress, never about perfection. You're doing an incredible job, my dear ladies. So with this, we have come to the end of the show, and I hope the strategies and tips were helpful for you and reassuring. Thank you for joining me on this, the Empower Journal Work-Life Balance for Moms. If you have any questions or topic you would like us to cover in the future episodes, feel free to reach out to me. Until next time, take care and keep juggling that joy. I'll catch up with you soon again. Nandri.